Good afternoon and welcome to The Journey with Drea. I am your host, Drea, and as you all know, I like to say controversial shit. I don't like to waste a lot of time, so let's get right into it. Welcome to The Journey.
Let's get started.
Today I'm switching gears again because I had to get off the love and relationship and the wounds and talk about something to me that's not talked about enough. Today, I just want to talk about Black women in general. I just want to talk about the experience of being a Black woman in the United States today and just kind of dive into overall what that experience has been like. A lot of us who grew up in mixed communities or predominantly white communities learn how to do what they now call code switching. And that is when we get into a space with people who don't look like us, we are able to alter our appearance, alter our voices, alter the way that we speak, alter our mannerisms in order to make other people feel comfortable. And what we were really doing, and the part of us that we were trying or attempting to make them comfortable with, was our Blackness. I can go back to elementary school and being in situations where I felt like I had to be other than thyself to fit into certain social situations. I'm talking all the way back to dumbing down dance moves during square dancing in the 4th and 5th grade, which I still can't believe they had us doing because that was probably one of the most unethical things I can think of, but that's another show for another day. And I can only speak to my experience, even all the way down to hairstyles. I remember being about 8 or 9 years old and begging my mom, please press out my hair so that I can wear it down. I just wanted to be long and flowy, and I wanted to have body and move like everybody else's hair in the class. But like a lot of Black moms, even if I got it pressed, I still had the big balls in my hair with the bangs and the twists and the braids and the French braids and the beads. And it probably wasn't until late in high school and until I spent time on a college campus that I really began to embrace my Blackness, but was never able to turn off being that safe Black girl. You know, the one in the crowd that's the easiest to talk to, the one who looks the most put together, the one who speaks eloquently when she is in our presence, which made it so easy for me to be able to navigate through a lot of situations. But I want to kind of flip this conversation and let's talk about the other side of this conversation because I don't think this gets talked about enough either. Let's talk about the Black girls who did not look like the safe Black girl. The one who was loud and neck rolling and finger snapping and smacking her teeth and telling everybody like it was. It wasn't until I became an adult that I learned that those women are almost looked at as like the Sambos of Black women. And behind the scenes, the powers that be actually made fun of them. They thought that because they were being authentically themselves, that they were being accepted or are being accepted, but they're really being made fun of behind the scenes because in their minds, they know exactly what to expect from that person. I hope what I'm saying is making sense because I am trying to articulate this the best way that I can. Just follow me here. I think a lot of us who are now on this healing journey in our late 30s, early 40s, and into our 50s are now learning that in those spaces, we were kind of put in a box. And now that we are breaking out of those boxes, it is making a lot of people uncomfortable. But if we go back and we look at our predecessors like Harriet Tubman, Ida B. Wells, Claudette Colvin, Daisy Bates, and Dorothy Height, they were noisemakers. They were not well-behaved. They were not demure. They definitely were not mindful. So I just wanted to take the time today to bring awareness to this and to let all my sisters know, whatever shade of brown you are, to stand in your brownness. Stand in your culture. I don't care if you want to rock an afro and braid the back and put beads on the end. Stand in who you are. I think as we watch how things are playing out with the government right now, Jasmine Crockett probably has to be the biggest cheerleader for Black women in this culture. She stands in her Blackness in every sense of the word. She refuses to be silent. She refuses to be put in that box as a safe Black girl. She refuses to be bullied. She exists in a space that has been dominated and predominantly ran by white males throughout entire U.S. history. And I gotta give a shout out to Ketanji Brown Jackson and Sonia Sotomayor because they exist in the highest courts in the nation, in this country's history, because they had a voice. I watched Ketanji's confirmation hearings, and it was one of the most brutal Supreme Court confirmation hearings that I think I have ever seen in my 45 years of life. They asked her questions that I don't think that they have asked any other candidate throughout history, and she mastered them so eloquently that it brought me to tears. As a Black woman, I cannot say that I would be anything other than who and what I am today. Yes, we have had our struggles. We have had our trials and tribulations, but we are winning. We are educated. We are the highest educated people in this country. We are healing. We are doing the work to live our lives the best way possible, the best way that we know how. So to my Black and brown sisters all over the world, this one is for you. I love you, and I'm rooting for you. And before I close, I want to give a special shout out to my newly found friend girl, Vita Cotton Hawkins. Vita defended her doctoral dissertation defense entitled Spatial Opportunity Gaps, Mapping the Progress of Black Students from Metropolitan Detroit at a predominantly white institution on Tuesday, December the 3rd, 2024. And from what I'm hearing, my girl did her thing. And I just wanted to take a moment to let her know that we are so proud of you, forward and behind you, pushing you to be great. And when you become Dr. Hawkins, we will be there to cheer you on every step of the way. So this week's Black History Spotlight goes on Miss Vita Cotton Hawkins, soon to be Dr. Hawkins. Congratulations to you, Vita. Well, that is my time for today. I hope you all will continue to tune in to The Journey with Drea. Thank you all for listening and have an amazing day. Welcome to The Journey.